So just want to go over a few key points over here. This is actually the slides that Gary Keller was talking about the last mega camp event in Austin, Texas last week. And we're not going to go to the, of course, the resi portion of it, but just talking about the state of the economy, if you may. So a few things that worth pointing out is, number one, the GDP, gross domestic product. And you see over here the trend that, what they're projecting is by the end of the year to be very much aligned with the percentage as last year, about 2.5. And what the Feds are looking for is, 2% is what they're always striving to have. 2% GDP, can symbolize the person has a job and they able to spend money and they're not paying too much for goods, right? Products and services. So that's 2% is where ideally they want to be. This is a quarterly breakdown of the GDP. So you can see this year it was trending up this year from 1.4 Q1 to 2.8, so double in the second quarter. We're definitely, going to see what's going to happen the next couple of months once they're going to seal the Q3 and then the last quarter of the year. But again, they're projecting, as I mentioned earlier, same trend as last year, 2.5 GDP. This is also interesting thing that he was talking about. This shows you like the trend back from the 60 years, what the Fed's kind of, probable recession trend will be. Every time the Feds pointed out that there's going to be a recession, there was a recession, as you can see, according to the spikes. If you're going to go all the way back, so look at the 70s and then mid 70s, early 80s, early 90s, early 2000s. Of course, we still have somewhat of a memory of 08. That was the biggest one. And pandemic was very short-lived, but we definitely felt that one, the spike in 2020. And look at the 2024, where it's heading. So according to the Feds, is most likely probably going to be a recession that we're heading into. So that's a very interesting one. Unemployment, Feds are looking for usually under 4% unemployment, under 4. Right now we're in trying to hit about 3.6, which is very much aligned as last year, maybe more than that. I'll show in a second how they're looking at it. And it's a good place to be. And if you look historically, it's a very overall good place to be, again, unemployment wise, to offset the inflation and GDP. The issue here is it comes with the different places of the economy when it comes to inventory. I'm talking about real estate specifically, that affecting other factors like I mentioned, recession or inflation. But unemployment is where they want it to be, right, under 4%. This just shows you a monthly breakdown, and you can see the trend right now slowly going up from kind of the end of last year, beginning of this year, right? So it's slowly trending up from the high 3s to low 4s, right? So they, as of July, last month, 4.3%. Again, they want it to be under 4%. Okay. Job openings, pretty much what you see. Look at 2020 pandemic over here. Almost 21 million unemployed people in the US. that was May 2020. We're just under 6 million job openings. And as of June of this year, about 6.85 million unemployed. that's in numbers, not percentages, where they have more job openings than number of unemployed people. Okay, so unemployment, inflation, pretty much like, how much we pay for goods, the how expensive it is, CPI. So the orange one is CPI with energy and food, and the blue one is without energy and food. And you can see that the trend goes to kind of high twos, low threes. They want inflation to be around 2% is a healthy place for it to be. This is the purple line, as you can see. That's what it should trend. So we're heading there. But we're not there yet. Okay, and to battle inflation, that's where they play with the rates, the Feds, all the time. We know that compared to last year, we're definitely in a better place. Right now, it's low sixes. I'm talking about the traditional 30-year, what have you. But we might see even lower rates into next year. Just monthly breakdown of the inflation, and those are just items with falling prices this year so far: smartphones, used cars, toys, games, TVs, airfare, furniture, health insurances, appliances. Those all trending down, and those trending up. Fastest rising prices this year for auto insurances, admission to sporting events, healthcare at home, photographic equipment, admission to movies, concerts, sporting events again, and hospital services, postal delivery services. Interesting, didn't see that earlier, and etc. More of those services that are trending up this year so far. And that's it. This just talks about mostly resi, so I'm not going to go into that. Okay, just want to share those trends with you. I think, again, GDP, inflation, recession, CPI, unemployment, definitely relevant to our day-to-day. Kim, afterwards, let's make sure to send this whole slides to the via email to all the members. Jason, you had something that you want to oh, there it is. It's like one step out of me. Do you want to tell us what this is?
Yeah, in our business, we're so data driven, and kind of get an idea of what to talk to our clients about on a daily basis, a weekly basis. I subscribe. It's a free blog. It's called calculatedriskblog.com. I put the link in the chat room. Take a look at it. It's got everything from unemployment to every data point that you could possibly want to see that's affecting the economy, commercial real estate. They even have the residential information on new home sales and all that information. But some of the stuff that they have on there that I found interesting, like, for example, the one today or from last week, or yesterday, I guess, the 19th, had to do with the port and about the increased port activity that we have right now compared year on year, and how much that's increased, and how important that is as it relates to product coming in and out of our ports. I think the interview with the Cisco CEO this past week was very revealing. They said they finally have caught up with the supply chain issues caused by COVID, and that they're finally getting to a place where it's normal business. Supply and demand's normal. Pricing has come down a bit. Their margins during this imbalance were incredible because they were shipping out so much product that hadn't been received in the last couple of years. But now, after 4 years, they believe that they've reached equilibrium with normal supply and demand. And that was part of the Calculated Risk blog and a link to that interview. And I think that information is really important for us to understand so we can foresee some of the advice that we give our clients and what decision-making processes they're going through. I'll get, other than just like basic data that we have about performance on the assets that we represent or the people that we represent and their assets. This information gets insight to them, and you can offer to your clients and say, oh, take a look, this is what I read. You need to be aware of this moving forward. And they do a great job in the illustrative graphing. So for all of us that don't like to read, they have pictures which is worth 1,000 words. So that's important. I know for David Shar, it's very important, very important. Pictures are everything. So that's my calculatedriskblog.com. The other thing I want to talk about real quickly, though, is making sure that we reassure our clients who ask all of the questions about the latest and greatest with real estate, and that we get it right as far as how the residential world has been tipped over on its head and many people screaming for the exits, that none of this has anything to do with what we do, and that everything is fine in commercial real estate. It's normal, chaotic, Wild West, and nothing has really changed. I think if we're getting a lot of calls in relationship, not even about commissions, just about what's going on in real estate right now. It seems like the media is blasting lots of bad information to confuse a lot of people, even the first-time buyers of investment real estate, and they're confused. And I think we just need to be really on our game to educate them, to calm them down, and realize that this is how this works, and everything's going to be fine in investment and commercial real estate. So.
Good stuff.
Hey, one of the things we're talking about, and it goes out to everybody on this call, and we get out this taping to people. Every Thursday at 9 o'clock in our office here, we have a meeting. We have our assets that we're marketing. We cover the needs, investors, and so forth, and then little help for everybody. I got this going on. What do you suggest? Kind of a round table, whatever you want to call it. And it's every Thursday at 9 a.m. Everyone's welcome to come to our office, and it's really important because I do have a lot of information sometimes on Thursday mornings from the regional. There's some stuff coming out at the summit at KW Commercial, and I forget where it's going to be. I won't be there, but a lot of good information coming out. And
Austin, it's in Austin.
Yeah, I won't be there, but there's a lot of good stuff coming out at the summit that we'll be able to share at a later date. KW Commercial out of Austin is doing a better job. They're coming up to speed with a lot of things with the administrative part of what we provide. So hopefully that'll be a little bit more smooth for all of us in 2025. Keep your fingers crossed, but don't hold your breath. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
Good stuff, Jason. Thank you. David, what do you want to share with us? Anything good in your world?
I just say that I'm a lover, not a fighter. And we just fight, and rates are going to come down. Hoping this is what's going to happen, and we have the election coming up. Just you're either working with the buyer, you're working with the seller. What we always have to be positive, I think, just in us as agents, and just move forward. Just like this, this exclusive thing that just got implemented as of yesterday, or was it on Sunday? And what did you say, Meny? You said we're all gonna overcome this, and actually, it's a good thing for the guys that work buy side. It's a great thing, but it doesn't affect us. It's a residential 0 to 4 units. That's what I can tell you. Life is great. We have a lot of opportunities. Go out there and take advantage of it. Bottom line, that's all I have to say.
Hey, I got a question. David, is your group going to, or do you utilize the MLS for any multifamily that your group does?
What? LOL. I'm sorry, what is it? Which one?
The MLS. Do you put any
MLS? Do we, when we do multifamily? Yeah, but not on the retail, no.
And we know with all these changes, are you still going to be utilizing MLS for multifamily?
If we are dealing with the duplex, triplex, fourplex, what are you guys going to say? Eric? If we get a listing, let's say duplex, triplex, 4 units, are we going to use MLS?
Yeah.
To advertise? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, it's one of the,
a shit ton more disclosures, but we have to.
Yeah, more disclosures, but the bottom line is yes.
Are we going to give a buyer mission? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. just curious. I mean, I've had some discussions with some other people here in Long Beach, and they're kind of trending away from it. I don't see you'll see a big loss of that, but I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Well, no, it is gonna be a big loss, because whoever's looking for 2 to 4 units typically looks at Redfin and Zillow and all those places. And if you don't do it on MLS, you're not gonna populate those databases.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. I agree.
You know, so you're gonna be losing out on a huge market, which would be ridiculous for people to do.
Agreed.
there's your answer.
Received.
Yes,
No,
sir.
Coming from commercial, I laugh at this whole thing
No
because
camera, no camera, just your voice.
it's a joke. You know, because we've been dealing with this since day one. It's nothing new to us. And then I sent Meny something this morning. State of Colorado has actually stricken the whole need for a contract to be signed prior to showing somebody a house. So they've already said, we're not doing this because you can't force somebody to sign something
And then they want to sign.
just to see a house. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Right. Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's basically what they're trying to make people do.
It's
State of Colorado is like, we're not gonna do this. This is ridiculous.
You're basically doing like a very similar to a buyer's exclusive, but not really there. Does that make sense?
Say that again.
It's very similar to a buyer's exclusive. And working with buyers, people are not comfortable doing it.
No, they never have been.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never had one signed in my entire career, ever.
Stick with retail, baby. Stick with retail.
Yeah, go heavy on the retail, baby. I'm in.
Vámonos y vamos and andiamo in Italian. Okay, let's go. Meny, go ahead next. Sorry.
No, it's all good. We do want to keep our Spanish in good level of practice. But I agree. I mean, when it comes to the current residential practice, it's pretty much like what the commercial is already doing, right? The full transparency, who's paying what. If it's on the buyer side, they have to sign, the agreement in advance. You don't, I don't know if you show all the time on CoStar what's the buyer's agent compensation is, right? So I think, Jason, to your question, that some will utilize it, and same thing. If you're the buyer's agent and you want to buy on Meets David triplex, you're going to call them and say, hey, what's the buyer's agent commission that you offer? And there's going to be this discussion anyways, because you cannot have it on the MLS. About the disclosures, yes, it's just some extra disclosures, and same rules apply. It's just a bit of stickiness than what it used to be.
Yeah, as long as my transaction coordinator is up to speed, I'll be fine.
I second that. That's for sure. What else? Anybody else has any questions or anything else you want to bring up?
David, are you going to the summit?
David,
We are kicking it around. We got so much going on. Honestly, I was thinking, obviously, if it works out, yes, and then after that, we'll hook up with Hani from Arizona and maybe do our Mexico trip. But then again, it's something that's still to be worked out. So right now, not 100%, but I will let you guys know.
Okay. I put the link in the chat in case someone wanted to check out the agenda.
Yep.
Hey, does anyone do lease negotiation with Emmett Douglas? No.
No.
Okay.
Why?
Well, we're going to be doing it. We've done it before, and just a FYI, anything over 5 years or 7 years on the lease, they pay 4%, and if you get them to 10, they give you a 2% bonus on the final 3 years. FYI.
Nice.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. They're all over like Santa Monica, Encino. They've got, well, they're all over the place, but that's where most of our leases are.
Good info.
Is John on? John from our group, John Jomeri?
No.
No, if I may, I just want to touch, if I may, Manny, just for a minute, and I apologize, I have to get off like in 2-3 minutes. We picked up, actually, Joe signed this morning, it's a business opportunity, Mexican restaurant, and this is with the help of Mr. Juan, Mr. Juan Bustamante, one of the nicest guys, nicest agents. That was referred to John in our group. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's a business opportunity in a very busy center with a 7-Eleven in Pico Rivera. I will have John send out a flyer on it. Anyone that's looking for a business opportunity, fast food with type 47 liquor license, this is it. Good size restaurant. I'll have him get that out there to you, Kim, and you can, Many, you guys can get it to all the agents, which just signed this morning.
Okay.
In addition to that, we will, instead of talking about it, taking the time, I'll have Eric give the most updated list of locations, some price adjustments, some new, a couple of new listings. But guys, I encourage you, please, I love when somebody just sends an offer without even communicating with the agent. Please communicate. If you're working on my listing, I'm working on your listing. You owe it to yourself, man. You got to call, you got to communicate. Hey, what is the reason for the sale? Who do you want to use for escrow? Who does the seller want this? Where does your buyer come from? What, is he in exchange, not in exchange? Why is he buying? There are just a lot of questions that should be asked before you just throw an offer out. And you'll be amazed. I get an offer, the guy sends me an email. Did you receive my offer? And I haven't even talked to the guy, right? So I think we need to communicate much more than before. It's imperative. It's very important, guys. Anyway, updated list, Eric, if you could please send it out. And again, thank you very much for the time, Meny, Kim. I'm going to sign off, and we'll be in touch with you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the pitch. And yeah, definitely send it to us so we can share with everybody as well. Okay, with that, Jason, anything else, or are you good?
No, I'm good. I'd second that with David, though. I mean, all our digital tools, I mean, they don't close deals. Get on the phone with the broker, find out what's going on, and close the deal before you put the offer in. Pick up the phone. You can have a bad phone call, but it's never that bad. It's like pizza, right? Pizza's kind of bad, and it's still pretty good. So, pick up the phone and talk to a guy and see what you can do. Or gal.
It's spot on, right? If you have any questions, guys, whoever's in the call and whoever's going to watch this later on, reach out to Jason, DuFault, David, and we're here to support you and help out with everything. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. And
Thanks, Meny.
Email follow-up as well. So bye. Thanks, Jason. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.